So I've had to pinch myself listening to these right-wingers talk about the murder of Alex Preddy because they are all so far out over their skis. It's so crazy how, like, the MAGA cult mindset, there's like a mission creep of insanity with it where, you know, day after day, month after month, year after year, they get more extreme and more extreme and more extreme to the point where, you know, now they supported a guy who everybody pretended was anti-war. Now they cheer on the abducting of sovereign leaders of foreign countries. They love the bombing of Iran and Yemen and Somalia and Nigeria. And they like cheer on him to do more war, even though in theory he was supposed to be anti-war and they were supposed to be anti-war. There's just this weird thing that happens where they've collectively lost their minds. That's why I call them a terrorist, fascist death cult. That's what they are. That's what this is, right? So here's Megyn Kelly. She's going to give us her thoughts on Alex Preddy. And let's just say it's not good. Let's get it.
I know I'm supposed to feel sorry for Alex Preddy, but I don't. I don't.
This, by the way, this reminds me, this is like what we talked about the other day with Fuentes. Like, oh, you're a special little edgy boy, aren't you? Who's a special little edgy boy? Oh, did you say that? Oh, you're not allowed to say that. Now they're doing that with, like, people who were murdered on camera from, like, 17 different angles. They're like, well, what if I told you I actually liked that murder? Okay, is this where we are now? Is this where we are? What's the next step? Is there going to be video of somebody getting raped and you stand there like, you know, maybe she shouldn't have actually been dressed that way. I don't even mind this particular rape. That's got to be, where do you go from here? I don't know where you go from here. Where you go from here is watching Trump nuke Greenland and you go, well, you know, they should have just agreed to his terms. I don't know what. This is where we're going. Like, the extent to which they've lost the plot is, like, immeasurable. I've never seen a group of people this far gone where there's no point of connection with the real world and decent humanitarian values. It is gone.
Do you know why I wasn't shot by Border Patrol this weekend? Because I kept my ass inside and out of their operations.
Oh, aren't you a hero then? Aren't you a hero? So, guys, if you're following along here, it is more noble and more virtuous to not protest and not use your free speech, to not exercise your constitutional rights. It is somehow more brave and more noble and more virtuous if you see wrongdoing, to sit inside and shut the fuck up and don't say anything and don't do anything and let the bad, illegal stuff continue. That is more noble and more virtuous, according to Megyn Kelly. That's where we are now. So here you have somebody who is more American than any of these sniveling little weasel fucks, who saw injustice and he goes, I got to go out there and help my fellow neighbors. I got to go out there and record these fascist Gestapo psychopaths who are ruining innocent people's lives and rounding up children and pepperballing priests in the face and assaulting 84-year-old married couples and disappearing over 4,000 Americans. I got to go protect them. And I got to go record them, which is my constitutional right. And what she said, well, if you die, if you get killed, that's on you. You should have done the heroic thing and stayed at home and not fought back against injustice. She's so sick. This is sick.
It's very simple. If I felt strongly enough about something the government was doing that I would go out and protest, I would do it peacefully on the sidewalk without interfering via a whistle, via shouting, via my body, via any other way. I would make my objections known by standing there without interfering, because interfering is where you go south.
It's so crazy she says this too, because he didn't interfere. He didn't interfere. I've seen the whole video. What happened was an ICE Gestapo thug shoved a woman. She fell. He stepped in to protect her. And what he did is he was recording with one hand and he put the hand up like this with the other one, because then the guy started pepper spraying the shit out of him. Totally unprovoked, by the way. Pepper spraying the shit out of him. And all he's doing is trying to block it and recording, And then he gets jumped by fucking 8 of them and gets shot in the back and murdered. I'm sorry, there is no way you can go with the if you just comply, it'll be all right argument in this scenario. This is an example of he just complied and was murdered. He was just minding his business and he got shoved and assaulted and pepper sprayed and then murdered. I'm sorry, there is no stretch of an argument you can make. If you just comply, if you just do this, if you just do that. The fact of the matter is, the ICE Gestapo thugs were looking for trouble. They were looking for trouble. They tried to kill him. The point was to murder him. And by the way, what did we find out? A couple days before, his rib was broken. his rib was broken by the ICE Gestapo thugs, and his ass made it on the list. Made it on the fake designated terrorist list. So, soon thereafter, they track him down, find him, and he winds up dead. So the real conversation we need to be having is, was this premeditated from the very beginning? Were they looking for him specifically? Hey, you know that guy who annoyed us the other day by protesting? Well, why don't we go ahead and track him down in particular? Maybe he was a little too fresh. Maybe he said something that was a little too accurate, a little too biting, a little too real. So they broke his rib one day. He came back soon after because he's a fucking badass. And then what happens? They murder him. So he may have been tracked and murdered on purpose. And what's she doing? Victim blaming the whole time.
And laying hands on a police officer trying to, or Border Patrol officer or ICE officer trying to conduct a law enforcement operation is a felony.
He didn't do it. Is it supposed to be more convincing when I speak like this? Is this supposed to be more smug and convince more people? He didn't do it.
And now you are going to get arrested. And if you do anything that resembles resisting, you're in serious trouble.
To paraphrase Alex Jones here, lick that boot, girl. Why don't you go ahead and lick it? Lick that boot, girl. Lick that boot. Why don't you go ahead and lick that boot? Go on, lick that boot, girl. What's your problem, girl? Lick that boot. Get on your knees and lick that boot. That's what she's doing. That's what she's doing. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely, and so disturbing. Like, okay, the real wake-up call for me is learning that these people literally have zero principles. Even ones that you thought, well, maybe this one or that one. No, wrong. Great example. Second Amendment. A lot of people thought, well, if they have any actual principles, it's the Second Amendment. No. Now you got Trump gallivanting around saying, well, he had a gun. He had a gun. He had a gun, so he's looking for trouble. I don't like guns. It's not good he had a gun. He's walking around with a gun. How good? Scott Besson said that. A bunch of these fucking idiots said that. So for years and years and years, it's Second Amendment, Second Amendment, Second Amendment, Second Amendment, law-abiding citizen, Second Amendment. Here's a law-abiding citizen using his Second Amendment rights, not brandishing it, not threatening anybody in any way, shape, or form, murdered, and they use that against him, that he had a gun against him. There's literally nothing they won't flip on. Nothing. They believe in nothing. It is a fascist terrorist death cult where Trump goes, they go. Where the power goes, they go. It is truly astonishing knowing that my breath has been wasted all these years trying to appeal to their better nature, trying to stay logically consistent. Because hearing them act like this, I gotta be honest with you, it makes me want to act in the mirror way. Where it's like, okay, if you're going to be a partisan hack and have zero standards for your side, I'll just do the same, but with my side, right? And if that's the game we're playing, if the game we're playing is I'm just going to say whatever, do whatever to justify my side and its power, you are inviting everybody on the Democratic side and the left side to do that. You know that, right? So is that what we want to do? Do we want to just devolve into this primitive fucking monkey fight where it's power versus power and there is no appeal to a higher nature? There are no appeal to principles and standards and the law. And I don't know. It's so crazy. They've taken the collective IQ of this country and just waged a war against it and made it plummet by double digits. They really have. I mean, what a disgusting rant this is. How many of these people fucking immediately victim blamed? If you flipped this story and it was a Democratic president with, a Democratic agent who commits murder, and it's a MAGA or just a standard Republican protester using their constitutional rights, they would have lost their minds in the other direction so aggressively. It would have been the only thing they talked about for 3 weeks straight, and they would have they would have had aneurysms on air. Their heads would have exploded. But now they feel no problem whatsoever. It's easy peasy for them to go out there and justify murder that we all saw with our own eyes on camera from 14 different angles. So this is who these people are. You shouldn't respect them. You shouldn't fucking... anytime you catch yourself thinking, oh, let me give one of these people another chance, never, ever, 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 ever. There's no hope for them. None. Zero. These are absolutely rank partisan asshole propagandists who don't care about the truth. They're not in this for the truth. She's got her pom-poms out and she's playing for her team. And that team is Trump. That's it. And so she will go wherever they go. And you know what's so funny? She gave this rant, and it was before Trump even himself has started talking about it. She went right along with what Stephen Miller wanted everybody to say, what Chrissy Nolan wanted everybody to say. Oh, domestic terrorist. This guy's a wannabe assassin. He was coming. Even Trump goes, well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Even he's like, there's only so much I could do. There's only so much spin I could do. These guys go, oh, step aside, son. I got this. I'll do all the spin in the world. I'll spin so hard I'm in a fucking washing machine in this bitch. Like, I'll be in a washing machine with a diesel engine. I'll spin it as much as you want and then some. So, God, I hate him so much. I just hate him so much. I can't stand these motherfuckers, and you shouldn't either.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.